Hey guys, welcome to today's video. So I am actually finally back with a video since I didn't post but once last week, which I'm going to get into in the video why I didn't and what's been going on and stuff like that. So keep watching for a little tea. And basically today I'm just going to be doing a like fall cranberry kind of whatever. I honestly don't know what I'm going to do. My inspiration is kind of like a cranberry red fall look, so that's kind of what I'm going based off of. But yeah, that's really all I have to say, and just keep watching. Okay, so the first thing that I'm actually going to do is take my Naked Heat palette and just take a little blending brush and take the shade Low Blow, and I have already primed my eyes. I use my typical Cookie primer, and I use the Wet n Wild Photo Focus concealer, and then set it with the Laura Mercier powder. As always, I'm just going to do one eye on camera and one eye off camera. So I kind of told you guys in the intro that I was going to tell y'all why I didn't really post much last week. Really, it isn't anything huge, and it's nothing new. Like, it's all stuff that's been going on for a while now, but one thing that's like really hard for me to do is be super open and honest about my feelings, but I figure like if I'm putting myself out there, then you know, I'm already putting myself out there. Why not just go ahead and throw myself out there more? But a lot's been going on, and honestly last week I just did not have motivation and, you know, the positive energy that I needed in order to do the videos I wanted. And I mean, I was busy, very busy, so that's also part of it, but mainly because, I mean, you know, even though I was super busy, I still had time to film, so it's like, it's not just that. You know, when you just have times where you're just like super unmotivated and you just wake up and you're just like, I don't feel like doing anything today. I have those days. I may have like one day a month where I seriously don't do anything that day because I don't like to sit around and not do anything. But I wouldn't film or do anything like that. I would just clean, do stuff that I needed to catch up on because I was at work or whatever. And I just wouldn't film because I don't want you guys to like watch a video where I'm just like super down and like, you know, I just don't seem super happy. I don't want y'all to have to see that because that's A, boring, B, just kind of like depressing. Like, part of watching YouTube is like to have that fun energy and feel good and all that stuff. And like, if I'm super down and out, you're not going to feel that way. And I don't want y'all to feel like the energy I'm kind of giving out, if that makes sense. I'm going to take the shade Cayenne and start putting that into my crease now. So that's mainly the reason that I didn't film, but also just because I was super unmotivated, like I said. And really, I don't know how, after like 10 videos, I just kind of ran out of ideas that I wanted to do. And I have to put it in perspective. I have to tell myself, like, YouTubers you watch do the same thing over and over, but you still get excited when they post a video. Like, you know, it's not just, you don't sit there and go, oh my gosh, they're doing the exact same, you know, they're doing another first impressions or whatever. I mean, you don't do that. You still want to watch their videos. So I have to tell myself that like, even though you're not putting something like super new and unique out that you haven't done on your channel before, people still might want to see your videos or whatever. And so that's kind of something I have to remind myself, but I just kind of ran out of ideas to film or whatever. And I don't want to like come on and give like half done work. I don't want to do that at all. I don't want to give like half done work. I want to give work that I'm proud of and like I like. And I feel like if I'm not in the mood and I don't feel like this idea is a great idea, then that's going to be shown through the work that I put out, and I don't want that to be shown. I have even through my short like time of being on YouTube and filming videos, I probably filmed like 5 videos and then turn around and not posted them because I wasn't happy with them. And like, a lot more goes into filming than you think, really. It's a lot of work, and obviously it's fun and that's why people do it, but it is a lot of work, and it can be really upsetting sometimes when you film a video and then you just don't like the way that it came out. Like, that can be really frustrating. And so I'm not going to put something out that I'm not completely confident in and like happy with. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to put something out that I'm not proud of. And especially like with first starting, you really need to be proud of what you're putting out. Once you can be more comfortable promoting yourself, like on your personal accounts and whatnot, like I do on Instagram and all that, because obviously I don't really have a following, so it's like the people that are on my Instagram are the people like that I saw at school and all that stuff, so it's a little bit harder to put yourself out there. But if you're not proud of your work, then you don't want to promote it, and then that video just sits there with a few views, and it's like, you know, what was even the point? But besides all that, I've been rambling on and on about this for like 45 minutes, but besides all that, I've just honestly had so much going on in my personal life, and I'm going to kind of open up about that a little bit. Basically, since like June or July, my parents have been going through troubles and getting a divorce, which is really tough on its own. And like on top of that, I mean, there's honestly just so much. Like, this, it's hard to kind of get into it, but I'm also in a long distance relationship, which is difficult, and a lot of time and energy really goes into that. And I'm taking the subculture palette, I'm taking All-Star, and I've been doing that for a lot, like 2.5 years now, so it's like I'm used to it. It's not anything new, but sometimes it just takes a lot of energy out of you, and it can be really difficult to deal with and, you know, whatnot. But it just, sometimes it can just kind of get to you, especially like since I was going through a lot and I didn't really have that support system. You know, of course I still have my mom and my family and friends and stuff like that, but I'm not a person that like has a lot of friends and like, you know, whatever, because I just have a hard time finding people where, you know, like we're on the same level and like our interests are the same. And I don't drink, I don't go out and party, like that's just not where my interests are at. And it's hard to kind of find people that like you can like really relate to on that level. So, you know, it can be kind of hard to find friends when you're not really like about that for real. And that's fine, because you really find good people and like great relationship. Am I sweating or like what is going on? But you really find great relationships and stuff because of that, because you have high standards. And it's good to have high standards because you need to really get good friends. But so I just really needed that support system through all the stuff that's been going on, and I just didn't really have that, and that can be really, really challenging and really difficult sometimes. And I mean, honestly, it's just a lot of energy that goes into it, and it's obviously a priority. It's something that's important. So I want to give that energy and I want to put forth that effort, but sometimes it can be challenging. That, you know, you shouldn't get into self-pity and stuff like that, because everybody in the world is going through something, and it's not just you. People are going through things all the time, and honestly, they could be way worse than what you're going through. There are billions and billions of people that are going through worse things than what you're going through right now. And like, that may sound harsh or whatever, but honestly, that's just like something you need to remind yourself, that it's not just you that has things going on, and like that can either be helpful or that can make you upset. I don't know. Well, anyway, basically that's some of the stuff that's been going on, but I mean, I could go on for ages about it. I'm not going to, but I could. But that's basically my whole excuse as to why I was lazy last week and didn't post much. Well, actually, like barely at all. And the video I did post was not beauty related. But I feel like there's not, you know, makeup isn't the only part of my life. So I kind of want to showcase other parts of my life too. And that's why I posted that video, because like I'm not just, you know, makeup isn't the only thing that I do with my life. So I wanted to kind of showcase that, but I'm gonna be doing better, trying to do better and all that good stuff. Okay, so now I'm going to do the other eye, and I will be right back. Okay, so the eyes are done, lashes on, all that good stuff. And now I'm just going to jump into the face. So first I'm going to take my Baby Skin Primer by Maybelline. And I am going to put this in the area where I have bad pores. And I did already prep the skin. I used this, well, I don't know how to do it now, but it's like a little rose, whatever, eye gel thing. And then I just sprayed my face with some rose water. Okay, and now I'm going to take my Master Strobing Liquid by Maybelline in 100 Light. This is just a liquid illuminator, and I'm going to take that onto the back of my makeup sponge and just put that on the tops of the cheekbones. This just gives us a little bit of a base for our highlight. Alright, and I basically said all the juicy stuff that I have to say, so I think for the rest of this video it's going to be pretty much just like regular videos. For my foundation, I'm going to take what's been my favorite combination right now, and that's the Skin Perfect HD Kokie Foundation, which you guys know is one of my absolute favorites right now. And then I'm going to take my Milani Conceal and Perfect, and they're going to be mixed together. I have the shade Creamy Vanilla in the Milani foundation, and I have the shade 40W in the Kokie foundation. So what I do is I just put them on the back of my hand, and then I just dot them on my face. And we're just going to blend that out with a beauty blender. Since the Conceal and Perfect foundation from Milani is so full coverage and thick, I like to use a beauty blender for it. You can use a brush, but I just find you get a little bit of a better finish, not so cakey when you use a sponge, but it still looks alright with the brush. You just definitely get a little bit of a more less cakey finish. Okay, now for concealer, we're just going to use the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. This is in the shade Light Ivory. And I'm just going to put that under these eyes. Since we have such a dark look going on, we're going to really try to lighten these under eyes up. I may have to go in with a little Shape Tape on the very inner corner. It's looking quite purpley. I did clean it up with a makeup wipe, so I don't know why it's still so dark, but you know, whatevs. Oh, forgot the rest of my face. Alrighty, and I'm just going to blend everything out. And to set the under eyes, well, if I can find, oh, here it is. To set the under eyes and do the typical light baking thing, I'm going to take the e.l.f. Well, I don't light bake under my eyes, but I'm just going to take the e.l.f. translucent powder to set under my eyes. And then for our baking, I'm going to pour some of that into the lid. Take it here. Sitting, I'm going to set my whole face with the Maybelline Fit Me powder in the shade 230 Natural Buff. I'm just going to press that into the skin where we don't bake. Like so. And now we are going to take my e.l.f. little contouring duo thing in St. Lucia, and we are going to take my typical contour brush. Okay, my typical contour brush, and we're going to hollow these cheekbones out. Lately I've been doing a really harsh but precise contour. So it's a little bit more harsh than usual, but super, super precise. And kind of carve down my landing pad of a forehead. And just check it onto the jawline. Alright, and then for bronzing, I'm just going to take my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer and just warm up the skin a little bit. Now for blush, I'm going to go with something super neutral and mauve-y, and that is going to be the e.l.f. blush in the shade Shy. It's just one of like the little $1 blushes or whatever it is. And I'm going to take that just on this Luxie Duo Fiber brush and just pop that onto the cheeks and bring it back, and I will blend it out as well. Now I'm just going to take a big fluffy brush and blend it all out and wipe away the bake. This blush is super pigmented, so be careful. Okay. And for highlight, actually I really want to take the Makeup Revolution one, but of course I left it over there and I'm not about to go get it. So we are going to use Laura Geller Gilded Honey, but before I do that I am going to set my face, and I'm just going to use my rose water. And we're just going to pat, pat, pat. Make sure everything is nice and seamless. And now we're just going to take the Laura Geller. That's what I get for trying to go too fast. What I get. And I'm going to go ahead and do the lips. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do. I really want to use this e.l.f. lipstick in Razzle Dazzle Red, but I think this is going to be, yeah, too red for this look. So I'm going to start off with that, but I think I may go in with something brown toned after I go in with this and do it on top of it. Alright, so I'm going to now take the shade Fudge from the Subculture palette and just take that along the lower lash line. I did already take the Stila Magnificent Metals glitter liner in, what's the shade? Kitten Karma, and put that on the inner corner. I think I'm just going to stick to brown on the lower lash line, because sometimes I feel like if you bring the red on the lower lash line as well, you start to look real sickly. And I already have a lot of dark going on with this eye, so yeah, that's what we're going to stick to. And I am going to take some of this, like, I have red like right there, like stain my lips, so just ignore that. Now I'm going to take a little bit of this like white silver liquid liner I have from AOA Studios, which is shopmissa.com. It's like $1. It's really good, and I want to put a little bit of that silver in here to kind of lighten that inner corner up just a little bit. Since everything else is so matte, I want to give a little bit of a contrast. And I'm actually going to take that glitter a little bit through the lower lash line as well, to about the middle. Yep, beautiful. Okay, So of course my camera shut off, and it just so happens that there is no outro because of that. But as always, just thank you guys so much for watching, and please keep up with my dysfunctional self. I hope you guys enjoyed, and subscribe.